What's up, everybody? It's Kenny from Mag Chop, and we're chopping it up. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time here, I'm glad you're here. If you've been here before, I'm doing something right to get you to come back. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here with me still. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is, obviously, if you know my channel, you know my show, I'm always talking about being an entrepreneur, what it takes to be an entrepreneur, and when you're starting a business, whether you're the product, whether you're providing a service or you're providing some type of product, it's a very difficult thing, and there's a lot of uncertainty. But there's something that I want to talk about when it comes to being an employee and being an entrepreneur, that there's a similarity that I don't think I've ever talked about before, and I don't know how many people really focus on this similarity. But the really biggest similarity is uncertainty. Uncertainty. We don't talk enough about uncertainty, but I want to today, because when you are an employee for somebody, when they decide, oh, we're just going to part ways with you, right? You're stuck. Now you're out there. You've been thrown to the wolves. So you're going to find yourself in the same situation than when you start your business and you're pushing and pushing and pushing. And you may be like, I've had situations where I've gone to different stores or stuff like that, and they're like, oh, no, we're not interested. And I'm like, oh, I put a lot into this presentation. It didn't work out for whatever reason. But it's the uncertainty. That's the only difference is that when you're an employee, you kind of get used to the checks coming in, so it's easy to become complacent. And this is where it's a dangerous thing. So you don't want to become complacent, but you got bills to pay. So you have to balance that out. Your work life, entrepreneur life, and your personal life all have to find a unique balance, which is a very difficult balance to find. So with that being said, I just want to motivate you that even if you're going through it, maybe you got laid off, maybe a company closed, whatever the case may be, if you find yourself in a situation where now you're out of your regular job and your back's against the wall, it just means you got to push that much harder. It means you just got to work that much harder. And if things don't start working, don't be afraid to go back into the workforce for a little while to build up some revenue. You got to do what you got to do, because you got to take care of your family. You got to take care of your people, right? But in the meantime, you don't want to kill your dream. So do not become complacent. Make sure you're setting aside money and preparing in case the uncertainty happens. In being that there's so many uncertainties, COVID's taught us a lot. It's taught us a lot about being a go-getter. It's shown that a lot of people during this whole time, they've gone out and created things. They're creating their businesses. They're creating new products. They're doing things that they've never done before because they've been either laid off or their business is closed while they're at home. They're starting to explore some of their creative side. They're starting to explore some of their desires and their wants, and they're having the time to invest into it while they're going through that. And it's a very difficult thing, because when you're starting a business and you're producing a product, it's hard to get that product going, to get it out there, unless you got that miracle product that just hits, right? Speaking of miracle products, I gotta tell you, every episode is brought to you by the 15-ounce Mag Chop collection, and I just introduced this mug. This mug is called Awake. Now, let me tell you about this mug. The art on this mug was actually featured in Dream Killer, which is a Concord Films film, and it was also featured in Cowboys and Mattresses, which is a hilarious comedy about a girl that's caught between a guy that owns a dealership and a mattress store, and the guy that owns a mattress store, and the dealership guy dresses like a cowboy. It's a really, really funny movie. You should check it out. Dream Killer by Concord Films. Barbie Castro produced it. Amazing film. I was honored to be able to have my artwork, one of the main pieces in the mansion that was filmed in. And this is Awake, and so it is the new mug, the 2021 mug that has been introduced to the Mag Chop 15-ounce collection. Make sure you go to magchop.com, and let me tell you, right now more than ever, as I'm preparing for a very big show, I want to be able to give you some more details, but I can't. So right now, Mag Chop, we're really going to be pushing. I'd really like to get you guys to invest into your Mag Chop products, because It's going to help us with some plans that we got, and I want to be able to announce in the upcoming videos. Make sure you get one of these hot bumper checking shirts. I got them for 6 different states, and more states are coming soon. Back to business. So, unless you got that miracle product, it's going to take a while. You're going to have to build up, right? But as I watched all these little things that have been going on, and I've gotten to the entertainment industry, and I've been, obviously I've been doing some movies, I've been doing commercials, and art shows, and fashion shows, and it's been quite an experience being a part of all of these different things. But today I want to talk about some of the people that are behind the scenes in creating these shows and these films and these amazing projects that I think a lot of people don't get a chance to miss. And it's very easy because, you look on Amazon, you look on Netflix, you look on Hulu, there's a lot of these shows that are readily available, and they're being, some of the more popular ones are being pushed, some of the bigger budget ones are being pushed. But let me tell you, there's a list of people out there that are making and creating films that I just want to give. I think I'm going to do this every video coming up because I already have some other people that I want to mention that are not on my list today. So what I want to tell you guys is start looking up these independent filmmakers, because these independent filmmakers, they have new stories. It's where creativity is really alive right now. Not that there's not creativity, no, but there's new stories, there's new ideas. These people they don't have licensing to all these special characters and things like that. So they've got to create their own characters, create their own storylines, and then shoot the film, create their own everything, their scripts and everything. And so one of the people that I've worked with a lot is John from Cinefreak, and it's Cinefreek. You look it up on YouTube, you can see some of his work there. He's got a movie called Negativity that's going to be coming out. It's a full feature film. He has a short film called Side Effects that actually won all kinds of awards and is going to eventually become a feature film. And it's amazing. His work is amazing. He's somebody you want to look at. Another guy that we got down here in South Florida is a guy called Lunar, and he has what's called it's really catchy. It's Luniversal. So it's Lunar with Versal, Luniversal. I find it genius. I do. And then when you look him up on Instagram, on Facebook, it says Eugenius Luniversal. So I thought it was really a cool play on words and how he's using his name and universe and genius to make this cool little thing. Anyway, he's got this film that's on Tubi TV, and it's also on Amazon Prime, and it's called Loving Till It Hurts. Really amazing film. If you get a chance to watch it, I know I actually got to see it, and I got to see a lot of the actresses and actors in it. I was like, wow, that's so cool to see them. And he really put together a great story, so definitely go check him out. He's working on a series right now, so those of you who are very into series, you want to look up Bay Nights. It's a really cool series. I actually got to appear in it, so it was really fun to be able to work with him and be on set with him and see how he runs a set and the storyline. Really cool stuff. So really excited to work with him and see his movies and be able to even watch the stuff I haven't been able to work on, because I want to support everybody. I want people to know that I'm not just going to watch the film because I'm in it. I might watch it more though, just because. But I'm gonna be sitting there critiquing myself, and probably not good. Anyway, so you definitely want to look up Luniversal. Got great stuff going on. One of the guys that actually came to my fashion show, he was in town for a Mob King showing, and while he was in town, he came over to my fashion show. I got to hang out with the guy, a great guy named Juan Vasquez. Juan Vasquez has Yugo Films. It's EUGOT Films, Entertainment, Yugo Entertainment, and he's got some really cool films out. There's a film that he's got, and it's called Through the Valley. It actually has Danny Trejo and a very, very young Noel. The guy that played Hector. And I got to figure out how to say this guy's last name. Guglielmi. I'm probably murdering it. Guglielmi. Anyway, he played Hector in Training Day. It's a very young version of him is in the film. It's funny. He's got hair and everything. But he also did a film called Trap Plane, won all kinds of awards, critically acclaimed films that he's worked on. So he's somebody you want to look up. He's somebody that's got really cool stuff. He's out of Texas, so if you're in Texas, go check him out. Look for him. Look up his stuff. He's got really cool movies and everything like that. He's somebody that's making big moves. So I'm gonna bring him some more in my next video, because I want to be able to talk about a lot of these independent filmmakers that are making some amazing films. Their stories are really cool, and a lot of people are missing them simply because they don't have the advertising that some of these bigger productions do. So definitely look for more. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more. If you got one that I didn't mention, or that you would like me to mention, or give me a call, shoot me a message and say, hey, listen, talk about this person. I'll research them and I'll watch their films. I would love to, check it out and everything like that. I'm not going to be be a critic, because that's not what I do. I'm just excited about the creativity and being a part of it. A lot of these films, I reach out to these directors because I like to have my mugs, my artwork in the films, and sometimes if they'll have me, I'd like to have a little spot in there as well. So you never know. When you look at these independent filmmakers and their films, and you start watching them, and right away you'll start gravitating to ones that are like, oh man, I really liked what he did there, and he or she did there. And so you really might be watching the next Steven Spielberg or Tyler Perry, or Guillermo del Toro. You never know who one of these guys might end up being the next big name like that. So definitely start looking at these independent films. This is something you want to get into, and it's great for entertainment, especially if you're working from home or you got something, Saturday night. Some people still don't want to really hit the streets and go out. Some places are still shut down, so it's a great idea to be able to sit down and watch something new, something different, and something that's basically made by people that are just like you, that's just trying to make it during these hard times, and people that have been doing this for a long time, and they're able to be seen a little bit more now because people have more time on their hands. So make sure you stop and take a look at all that stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is South Florida's car culture. Now, the South Florida car culture is a whole group in itself. You want to talk about Torres Family Car Club is the one who's putting together show with Elo from the Miami Supercar Rooms. This is Tag 305, and let me tell you, you definitely want to be a part of these shows. It's every second Saturday of the month. It's going to be April 10th this week. You don't want to miss this show. Let me tell you, I went to the last one last month. Amazing turnout. And you got exotic cars. You have classic cars. You have lowriders. You have resto rods. I mean, a little bit of everything at this car show. We had a car hopping so high. I mean, the bumper was above our heads. So if you've never seen a car hop before, they might have another one this week. But if not, you'll definitely see some very amazing cars. It's a family event. The food is great. The people are great. It's in Wynwood. I mean, it's in Wynwood, the art district of Miami. You don't want to miss this show. Very important stuff to be a part of this. Come down there, meet the owners of these cars. I will be there, and you'll be able to get one of these bumper checking shirts right there at the show. So come down Saturday, April 10th to the Miami Supercar Rooms. I definitely want to see you there because I will be there. This is Kenny from Mag Chop. Until next week, I hope you guys have a great week.